Okay, so we're going to start this episode by, we've heard that we're a little too enthusiastic, we're a little too exciting. We're going to try to match the intensity of our competitors in their social media. So everybody can get their catalog, get it out, turn to page 1.
Hey, hold on.
We're just going to read through it.
No, hold on. You can't be reading that one. We need the King James version, okay? 1958 Wensco catalog, okay? So if you guys have it, originals, we're going to turn to page 12. We're going to start with How Great Thou Art. All right, everybody turn your pages. We're going to go ahead and get started.
Nice.
Wow.
Let me see that catalog. Holy crap.
Careful with that.
Careful, it might fall apart. Look at that.
Calco sockets, we still sell those.
There's a lot of stuff we still sell.
Oh, there is a ton of stuff in here that we still sell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in here we don't sell too.
Like paintbrushes? Like paintbrushes? Oh my Lord.
Four pages of paintbrushes.
You know that people used to come to the counter. You know, they would grab the paintbrushes, they'd lick it. Nah, I don't need that one. But you know what the next guy would come in and do? lick the same dang paintbrush.
Yep, that one's right for me.
That's good enough for me. Yeah, his buddy just licked it just a minute ago.
Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Slightly Serious Sign podcast. This episode is voted number 1 by WAR because it's the week of SEMA. So shout out to WAR. So if you guys don't know, Wensco Automotive Restyling has been around for a little while now, and we've done about 0 with it in the time that we launched it. But hopefully January 1st. I'm just going to say it here. January 1st. Hopefully there'll be something for you guys. So if you've been mad at some other companies out there selling that same type of product, hopefully we'll have a solution for you. So stay tuned. And if you're at SEMA, come see us.
Where are they going to come see us at?
At the only 2 parties that are at
there's the Avery Appreciation Party and the WWW.
Oh no, we're at the
Raps.
We're sponsoring the Avery Rap Contest. So we'll be
on what day?
On Wednesday.
Hopefully it's Wednesday because I'm not there on Tuesday.
I appreciate it. Wednesday. So we'll be there. They'll be talking about us. Our logo will hopefully be in the booth. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I'm just telling you what they told me. We have some special guests with us. So I don't think we've said it since like the first episode, but we said this podcast is sponsored by Wensco Sign Supply because they don't want us to actually put it out. So we figured we should actually maybe take an episode and talk about Wensco one time. So we're going to go through some of our biggest products, but we're going to do it like it's sports talk. So I have Comeback Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, 6th Man Award, and then MVP. So we're going to talk about those. Excuse me. What better person to bring on than the person that makes sure all of them make it into the building? So Bob is joining us. So Bob, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
So we'll start with, since we didn't do this on Tony's episode, we just went for 30 minutes and then pretended like everyone already knew who he was. We'll go ahead and actually have you introduce yourself this time. So Bob, tell people who you are, what you do here, and how long you've been in the industry.
Okay, so what I do here is I spend Judy's money.
Good.
I spend lots of Judy's money. Been doing that for a long time, actually 6 years now. So I was one of those who transitioned over from Advantage after the acquisition
Incident.
We won't talk about that.
So wait, both of you guys were from Advantage?
We were.
What were you guys doing over there that you caused the problems?
No,
Was it teamwork? Was it teamwork?
No, we worked. Actually, Bob and I worked really close together.
We did.
And we did great things over there, but unfortunately, as we say, there's management issues that came into play.
We have those here too.
Yeah, I know.
No names mentioned.
Yeah.
Back
to Bob.
Yeah.
That ain't very nice. Go ahead. Go back, Bob.
No. So I was there probably, I think, like 2 years after you started. I started.
So in 96 you were there?
And how long?
That was 94.
Did you mean 86?
23 years, I think it was.
No,
Yeah.
So that's probably all right. I was at probably 21 years. So
yeah.
So 21 years. And when I started, we had 2 branches. And when the whole acquisition took place, we were at 12 branches. So we grew quite a bit, but then things happened. So So, yeah.
Married, kids?
Married. So, yep. I'm married, have 3 kids, 2 grandkids, and they're spread out. So I've got one of them. My oldest is married and living in Maryland. My second is here in town, and my third one is living over in St. Louis. So they're kind of spread all over.
Man, that's my dream.
All out of the house?
No, they're all out of the house, just spread out maybe.
Yeah.
Not far enough,
Tyler's kids were
apparently.
just over my house 2 days ago, and I still can't find my remote.
Gotta watch
talked
that
it
thing.
well.
You do not set that thing down.
They're a
It
disaster.
will disappear.
So basically, all my
should
vacation time is like spent like traveling to see kids and stuff like that. That's pretty much how it works. That's right.
Yeah, Tyler's kid was running around. I have a rock sitting on there from that. Where'd you make us go again?
Oh yeah. That's
You made us go to some.
I didn't make
What's it
you
called?
go.
What's it called?
Indian.
Yeah, Crazy Horse.
Crazy
Yeah,
Horse.
that's right.
So you can get a free rock there. So we had to get a free rock, and it sits on my little mantle, and Tyler's kids running around, his 2-year-olds running around holding the rock, like, maybe he shouldn't be doing that.
His favorite rocks, dude.
He's like, rock,
He's got a
rock,
weird
rock. He's running around.
rock
I
obsession.
know Tristan brought me a rock, so
Yeah.
that's right.
Worked out. So, like I said, we're going to go through the awards for Wensco for this year, talk about some Wensco products. So let's start Comeback Player of the Year. So with this, I mean people that are most improved from last year to this year. Okay. Do you want me to give you some options? Or do you
Yeah,
want
I
to
think
guess?
you should give
I
it
like
A, B,
that.
C,
Is
D.
it a-
Yeah.
are
Since
we-
we only have 1,800 products.
Product or vendor?
Product. This is product. We will have to go through vendor. So here's the problem though, is I want you guys to just start by guessing. Because if I give you an option,
Okay.
as soon as I say that option, you're going to know it.
Okay.
But if I don't say it, I don't think you're going to get it.
I think there's 2 of them. It's either 1105
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking.
or it's IJ 180
Okay.
CV3.
Okay. And
That's
so
my
guess-
two.
Those
That's
are good
my
guesses.
two
Those
guesses.
are good
Units.
guesses. Oh, is it by dollars or is it by?
Units.
This is so it's a mixture of both. I had to play a little bit because there is one that just wins because of the year we're in for if I just did
Oh
quantity.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so
And
yeah.
pretty close in dollars too. So
Yeah.
it's on the list.
I know what that one is.
But
Okay.
I couldn't crown that.
That's
one
a
as
step
winner. That
stakes,
feels-
you're saying.
Yeah, that feels
Step-
cheating. Yeah,
step-
step stakes.
stakes.
So by volume, step stakes crushes it, right? They're a
Part number
a
SS.
ridiculous amount. Yeah. SS and SSFG are actually both up.
Oh,
actually.
that's
So I
right.
did write them both down.
Okay.
So fiberglass step stakes are also up. But I didn't. So it's a mixture of both. I didn't want to just do volume because then there's another thing that would win. It's equipment.
Okay.
Oh,
if you guys want to
Yeah.
guess. It's a mixture of both of them to give you an idea. But no, those aren't right. So if you guys want to keep guessing, you're welcome to
You
guess.
said 180 and you said 1105.
1105. I would have thought 1105, but
It's a comeback product.
Yeah.
comeback product that was.
So that's what's funny is once I say it, I want to be like, that makes sense. But without it, you're not going to have any idea. So I'll give you the options and then you guys will know pretty quickly here. So I have 175.
Oh,
IJ 175.
Yep.
Step stakes, which I already said was not it. And then the third option, Allenson Power Supplies.
Oh, I bet it's Allenson Power Supplies.
So they're up, I don't know what the percentage is, a significant amount. That specific line, obviously, because they switched a little bit, but
Yep.
we're also up.
Yep.
Hold on, Bob. You should know that. You're ordering.
Well, I know, but I mean, I order a lot of stuff, Mingo.
So that's what's fun.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
what
think
said.
about
I said,
that.
no,
Yeah.
think about like,
That's
oh,
a
this
tough.
is,
Yeah.
so that's what it was. When you sort it by,
But 175, I could see that too, though.
yeah. So for dollar value, it's real close. But 175 is the most improved
Okay.
out of anything vinyl related.
But
by
the
our
Power
own shop.
Supply makes sense because we got rid of that other
Yeah.
brand, Power Supply.
Yeah.
And we buy those in bulk too.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, but I'm looking at
Like
sales data
cases.
too. So it's,
Cases of power supplies.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't believe it. We
More like,
move
more,
a
like,
lot of
more, like,
skids.
more like pallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pallets.
Yeah, yeah.
They come
Yeah,
in.
I think everybody has more than 1,000 or something in
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah.
So comeback player of the year is the Allenson Power Supply.
Okay.
Doing a part
Nice.
number?
There's so many.
AVSN.
Yeah, there's too many.
AS.
ACVN.
ACVN.
125, 122, 77V. There you go.
There we
Bob's got
go.
it. Look at it. We were in sync.
Get them ordered.
Yeah. How
much are they?
Like $9, $10,
I think they're
$12.
$9.50.
$9.50.
$9 or $9.50.
Dang. We better. We're going to move them to $12.50.
Yeah. $14 next week. if you can buy them still.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is Rookie of the Year.
New product.
Yes. So one of them, so I will warn you that one of them I did have to put in a category because it's not just one product. And
Okay,
if I put it in a category, it actually does move more technically than I actually pick for Rookie of the
So
Year.
we added it in the last 12 months.
United
Correct.
module.
United Module's on the list. Whether they won or not, I guess that would be up for debate based on how I do my
Because that's
calculations.
definitely.
But
It's
yes.
got to be the United.
Yeah.
So
it's
there's one
moving.
there's one other one we're missing. So I'll give you the third place. Third place is the Tetra 24 volt power supply.
Oh,
So obviously
yeah,
brought
okay.
that on, and obviously they use that for all the products. So anything in there. So that one is up. There's one other. Like I said, it's a group though. We just brought it on
GE?
this year. No. Well, technically, I could have put those in a group and it would be up.
What did we bring on this year that's in a
Muto.
group?
So something we talked
Mucho
about bringing
group?
on. Oh, that's close, but no. But they are actually up huge. But no. But not like enough units, I would say. So they didn't win. They would probably be second place to United in terms of if I'm just doing quantity based. But pretty good. In the substrate category.
And that no. What do we bring in the substrate?
ACM blanks.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah.
If I group them all together, pretty good.
I
this year.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
there you
right.
know. So if you don't know,
I'm
we bought
question-
them.
I'm
I'm
questioning
thinking
that,
way
but,
beyond the
okay.
spectrum here.
Well, that's purchases.
It's purchases.
Yeah, probably because Bob put a million in stock everywhere.
Yeah.
We probably haven't sold
still
any.
got a lot of them.
Because
Yeah.
Mike said we were going to sell 2 million. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're on the way. Okay.
Okay.
But I did look at the sales data and it is not 2 million sold. We haven't done that.
We got a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, a lot of
A
opportunity.
lot of opportunity.
So if you didn't know, we
Good
brought
way
on,
of putting it.
yeah, we brought on ACM blanks this year. So if you are looking for an alternative to regular aluminum blanks,
And that's square and round cornered.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't see why you wouldn't use them in.
It's simple.
It's so much easier to
Yeah,
deal
it's
with.
easier.
It is.
They're lighter.
They're less expensive, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they also don't bend quite as easily. The other ones get scratched real easily and bend real easy. Aluminum ones traditionally. We only know that from having to take them back when we try and deliver them. But yeah, pretty good product. So anyways, up.
good.
Muto would have been on that list as well for the new products we brought on from them. But obviously it would only been their new stuff. As well as on equipment side, the actual winner of that would have been the new Vanguard 3220
Okay.
VK. So that was it. Sixth Man Award. Okay, so this is by vendor. Most improved year to year.
Most improved vendor year to year.
And I did sort this by.
I've got a guess on that
I
one.
did sort this by dollar.
Is this percentage growth or dollar growth?
It is. It's a little bit of both because if I do percentage growth, there's some that
gotta
went
be
up
our line.
astronomically.
No,
but
I think
obviously they're too low.
I'm going to
start.
say someone else.
So a dollar value.
So dollar value is how I ranked it. And then I added in, I put some names in here that we're going to mention that are up percentage wise huge, but obviously they wouldn't make the list just because of where the.
I'm going to say
values.
GF.
Ooh, that's close. That's close. They're in top 5.
I said Arlon, but apparently not.
No, it's
Arlon is just under top 5. They're
Okay.
real close.
it's got to be
But they'll have
Avery.
It's got to be Avery,
Avery
or 3M.
3M.
3M's gotta be in there.
GF.
Avery Dennison.
Avery
and
Dennison.
3M are both top 5 as well, but not the winners.
Not the winner.
This is going to go down to when we
So
talk
three
about
of our top 5 are
is it-
it's Avery Dennison,
Yep.
3M, and GF.
Correct.
Is it Illuminate?
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Which is crazy because they were up big last year too.
They were.
So we're on an absolute tear. So yeah, crazy to see them. I did not expect that when I sorted the list for them to be there.
I was just looking the other day at how many containers we have on the water, and I thought, wow, that's a lot of containers right now.
Here we go.
So that, yeah.
Vanguard Muto also made that the list of Vanguard. I think would have been top 5, and then Muto would have been just below that, and then G2G obviously is up percentage wise big, not
Well, they
dollar
have some work to
values
do.
yeah. So
It's odd. It's 3 of them are vinyl though.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Or a full Josh.
You want in?
You want in on this or no?
So just to recap that, rookie of the year, United 1.2 watt specifically. The 0.8 watt is also selling a lot. I didn't group them together. The 1.2 is up the most. Comeback player of the year is the Allenton Power Supply, and sixth man is Illuminate. So shout out to them and the rest of the vendors that made that list too. The last thing I had is MVP, and I did this by category because this will just be fun. I don't actually have the winners written down, so this is more just going to be like speculation at this point. We still have a month or two to go, so really anybody could win at this point. But by category,
could be a big push.
yeah, you never know. We're coming into the season. I mean, pretty much undefeated, but you never know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So by category, I'm doing this based on our website. So the first one on the list is Alpha.
Alpha
MVP
panel.
for Alpha. Any other picks?
I mean,
Alpha?
it's
What is it? What does MVP mean? So like biggest sales or?
Technically, originally I wrote biggest movers is actually what I wrote at the top.
Yeah.
So
it's an MVP product. If you
be,
think Alpha, what is it that we want?
It's Alpha panel.
Right? Yeah, I think it's Alpha
so.
panel. We sell it
I wish we sold a lot more of that Alpha calendared vinyl though.
6 mil.
Oh, Alpha 6 mil's up there too, probably.
Alpha 6 mil would have been sweet.
Oh yeah.
So I think
if you group those together, we got to be pretty good though. All four of them.
I think if you grouped all tape together, clear and regular, it's a pretty good number too. But yeah, Alpha panel.
Yeah, but Alpha calendar's up there too.
Alpha panel.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
We move a lot.
So we should go through all our alphas. Go through everything we have.
Okay, Domingo.
Go through everything we have, Domingo.
Everything. So if you get on the website, you will see everything
turn
that we
the
have.
page.
Yeah, it'd be like 75 pages of Alpha stuff.
Alpha tape.
Yeah, our biggest ones.
Alpha
tape.
calendar vinyl.
Yep.
Alpha 6 mil is a big mover, and that's in matte and removable, gloss and permanent.
Matte and gloss, permanent and removable.
Yep.
All four of those
That's right.
options.
Yes.
Yes.
How did I screw that up?
I tell you, we do sell a lot of 6 mil.
We sell a lot. We buy
If you
a lot.
haven't tried
anyway.
the 6 mil, you should just try it.
And if you saw one of the videos of our Christmas last year, yeah, I had a problem with him putting permanent 6 mil on my wall.
It said removable on the box.
It did not.
I'm just kidding. It did not. It definitely said permanent.
Is it still on there?
No.
I barely got it off.
No, as long as you take it, you got to take it off fast.
Yeah, I had to use heat.
And luckily, we didn't squeegee. Believe it or not.
Doesn't surprise me you guys didn't squeegee.
Yeah.
Use our hands. It would have been too far to walk.
Doesn't surprise me at
10
all.
yards to get the squeegees, but we got it figured out. So, anyways, those are our biggest movers for Alpha.
Alpha panel is by far the biggest mover.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest moving product total?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Number 1 on the year. Oh, we'll bring this up later. We'll talk about it. Next category is digital print. So we obviously talked about our biggest improved was 175 on the year. So 3M IJ 175. What other big products, big movers do you think are out there?
1105
1105. Yeah.
and 4600.
46. Yeah. Yeah. 1105 is number 1. So it's funny. There one of the biggest, most improves was the other 1105, the one we don't usually sell. They have the RS and then the regular one.
Yep.
So for some reason we sold a bunch of the other one this year. I don't know why. Must be one person buying it. I don't know. But 1105 is our biggest one. 4600 from Arlon, biggest one. Obviously the Arlon
180. 3M.
laminate is the other one. Those would be the top.
3420 laminate.
Yeah, there we go.
Calendar laminate. 3420.
Those are the top ones. 180 up huge from last year. 1105, like I said, 2105 is actually up a good amount this year. And then 201 GF.
GF
Yep.
201.
Yep.
And 20
211.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
From them are up. I think that's the most of the ones that I was looking at least. So yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Equipment. Biggest mover on equipment this year.
VG3.
540.
It's rolling.
Big surprise there. VG3.
If
Definitely.
you got that one wrong,
So dollar-wise, though, Vanguard gave them a run for their money. So, I mean, we put some big units out there, so that's a big win. So dollar-wise, Vanguard was trying to win that category this year. They almost pulled it off.
it's not over yet. Mark's got opportunities.
Well, lots. I hear about them every month. We got lots of flatbed opportunities out there. We're trying to close. So we'll see. They might pull it out. You never know. They might come out as number one.
All it takes is like 3 more and you're there.
I think it takes one.
Oh, okay. That close.
Yeah, that's close.
All right. That's real close.
I mean, the one we're talking like with the one, it would have been like I said, 3220. And it's like, it's like 10-1.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But yeah, so those two, the Muto's creeping up on that list. So be cool to see where they're at next year with that. Because obviously that's all new for us. But both the small format UV flatbeds are both moving, I guess, better than I would have thought they would at this point in the year. So it's cool.
Felt like all the equipment was moving this year. Everything.
Yeah, we're a little backed up.
Yep.
On some
I just
installs.
saw a thing. We had 20 some machines
Pending install.
pending install.
Yeah.
And we got 3 more days till year end.
For our year.
Our fiscal year end.
Fiscal year.
Our fiscal year
is
end
end of
is-
October.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
Okay, so we
I
have
know they
7?
all left this morning.
We
all
have
hands on
7?
deck.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have 7. Wait, how many techs do we have? 6? 6 now?
6 techs, I think.
6 techs, 22 pieces of equipment in 3 days to do it. So it shouldn't be that bad.
Just YouTube it.
Yeah. No comment. No comment.
no, we don't do that.
Next one, heat transfer. Big mover for us. Big mover, dude. We've been talking about heat transfer for weeks now.
Well, it's specialty. I mean, specialty products is what we normally
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
White and black.
white,
Both 10s
black,
and 50s.
But we do have
We got all the colors.
B-Flex in different colors. We have
Yeah.
Alpha in different colors.
We got all the colors and options.
but just remember,
For
you,
all 12 of you, wait, okay. For all one, give or take, maybe half of you that use heat transfer vinyl that are listening to the podcast, we have all of them.
No, there's a bunch of
and
people
we
that
have the
listen
new
to them.
puff. The new puff products
but
will be on
they
the
buy
way.
one roll at a time, and when it's only $30 a roll, it takes a long time for that number to go up. You know how many times you have to walk in the door in Detroit to get to like $100,000 when you're buying $30 every time you walk in the door?
Well,
Takes
that's a good
long
question.
time.
That's a very good question right there. Or which branch sells the most HTV?
Oh,
I think we sell the most only because one customer, but per roll, like onesie twosies, Detroit for sure.
Detroit. Yeah.
Detroit has the most walk-ins out of any location that we have too. So
You get the same guy come in 4 times. I could call him out and get the same color roll all 4 times. I need a roll of white.
Yeah. We did move a lot of the product that we have, the glitter, to Detroit because Detroit people want that glitter. So
it's all there.
it's
All
it's
400
in transit right now, all 400 rolls.
all 437 colors
Yeah.
available in glitter.
I think
It's
there's,
going over there.
I think there's 19. Is it 19 colors?
It's 19.
It's too many. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. LEDs.
Do we sell a lot of the tap out sticks?
Yeah, a bunch of them. We actually did in February. Then we haven't sold a single one since then.
We sold a lot of them in February though.
It's really weird.
I don't understand this.
Yeah. I wonder why.
We
Wonder why.
we actually sold a lot of stuff in January and February in the LED space. I mean, we didn't make any money, but
Nope.
we did sell a lot of it.
We did move it.
We
We
moved
still
it.
have some. We got to get rid of them.
Just a couple
Yeah.
Yeah.
because nobody wants it anymore.
So
Yeah,
the
pretty
number
much.
one in LEDs was, well, I don't know. We haven't had United long. We did sell a lot of WOWs through that
Yeah. It's
period too. So it's either the WOW 2 Echo
WOW 2.
or
WOW 2
it's
Max.
the United 1.2.
Yeah, so the WOW 2 Eco, number one mover for the year. But if I look at since we launched United took over Eco in sales in about 9 days, I think. It took us for it to be our number one mover for that quarter or whatever, that month. So, yeah, United moving forward, but WOW 2 Eco was the number one for the year. So,
I think United might have sold too fast because I think we're waiting on a boat now.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to air freight it because
yeah,
We are.
you guys
sold-
should keep buying it. Just, no, we're trying to get it to you.
yeah. If we haven't came to show you it lately, it's probably because
We had to sell it. We had to give it to the customer.
it's on the boat.
Yeah, we're selling our sample
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we're selling our sample
Like,
pack.
I have 13 modules. Will that work for you?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
This feels like we're doing that infomercial thing, like limited supplies. Be like, no, like seriously though? Seriously? That actually might be limited. We should be fine.
We might have underestimated how well it would sell.
Well, the problem
We thought it was gonna sell
the problem
well.
is that everyone slow played us. We launched it and everyone's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy it. and then bought it and then was like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to buy all of them actually now.
Yeah.
So I guess
It's a good problem.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
It's actually Bob's problem. That's why he's on.
That's why.
Let's talk about it, Bob. Is this what happened with Advantage?
Hey, Bob, can you get this?
So when are we going to get it, Bob?
When are we gonna?
When are we going to get it, Bob?
Yeah, I got a live question coming in. Where's my product, Bob?
Is there faster boats or something we can put it on?
Speedboats.
We got a faster boat, something.
That's funny. So, Wow 2Eco United in the LED space in the Allenson Power Supply. Number 3. So, yeah, big movers.
Yeah, but GE is also moving too.
Yeah, GE and the 24 volt, we're actually moving a lot of it. I think a lot more. Well, we've sold 12 volt for forever, and everyone's like 24. And we're like, nobody wants 24, and then we offered it, and people start buying it. So we're like, oh,
crazy.
sorry, our bad.
The Allenson sticks are up too. The direct wire,
Yeah,
those are way up too this year.
yeah, especially like the main, whatever,
Talking about the speed lamps?
8 foot
Speed lamps.
What is that?
They are
8,
way
4,
up, yeah.
and 60 inches. The standard ones for bulbs. The same bulbs we used to sell a lot of. Now we sell Allenson the same volume, so that's good.
But we still sell the bulbs.
The speed
Still
lamps,
sell the
not
bulbs.
speed lamp.
Speed lamp.
That's funny as can be.
Edit that out.
Yeah,
Just beep that out.
Beat that out.
that's nonsense.
My bad.
I guess we have to say, we give the customer choices, right? We give them more choices than they, with us at Wensco versus other competitors that we have. We're not trying to just sell one product. We want to represent a whole slew of vendors and give them options for our customers. It doesn't matter if you like this vendor or this vendor. At least there's options for you.
Yeah, and it's been good for us, like in the LED space too, because all those vendors are up, right? Mm-hmm. And the same thing, you go to the vinyl side of it. Every vinyl manufacturer, GF was up, Arlen's up, 3M's up, Avery's up. So we didn't sacrifice one. We didn't cannibalize one to the other.
Right.
We might have cannibalized somebody else's business.
Yeah, maybe.
One of the competitors' business, but we haven't
Same guy we
cannibalized.
mentioned earlier.
Yep. So
Well, we try.
It gives you an idea though, like it would be a lot easier to just carry like one of those. Like the reason other vendors do it is because it's a lot harder to, the amount of space that we have just for cut vinyl is ridiculous.
that, and Bob's got to keep it in stock.
Yeah, that too. You got to look at 4,000 SKUs instead of just 120. But how long do we talk about bringing on? Like can we mention, I'll say it now. Can we mention Metamark on here? Can I mention that?
I think we just did.
We just did now.
I guess you just did.
That's what I'm saying though. When is it going to be? Like
When is it too many?
Yeah.
When is it too many? Josh, Orville.
Yeah. Well,
It might not be too many yet.
but we talked about bringing them on for so long just because of you're looking at okay, is it going to eat into our other business? And then we just look at what we're talking about with vinyl. We look at it, we brought on another vinyl, and then everyone's up for the year, including the new one. And it's okay, it's easier for us to only have a few options. But the problem is every time we bring on a new one, we still find a way to move it. So,
Right.
yeah, it's not
It's a
easier
tough
to
call
get-
because you don't want to, steal from Peter to pay Paul, and we're shifting business. Our vendors don't want that, but yet we still find it's our vendors that are helping us with their product, right? So we talk about Metamark, right? Brian Kanya, great guy. He knows the product. He's going to sell it. He's going to find customers for us, and that's how we're going to grow that side of the business. So it's good to have those type of vendors that are willing to not only educate, market, go to market, have the product lines that they feel that will be moving in the U.S. because overseas it's moving quite a bit. That's why they're trying to come into the United States and then partner with Wensco, which is a great opportunity for them, but also for us to bring in a newer product and different product lines that they have. So
also, if you're a vendor and you don't sell through Wensco right now and you're trying to get us to sign up, a huge selling point is you show up saying, yeah, one, I'm going to help you move the product. But two, I have a customer that wants to buy. Here's his name. You can call him and ask him yourself. And then we call him and he's like, yeah, I would like to buy it. Do you guys have it? That helps a lot. It's a lot easier to bring in a product when it's hey, we already have at least one buyer, right?
Yeah.
At least we have one person that's going to buy it. It's a lot easier to get a second one. So rather than be oh, I think a lot of people will buy it, be no, here's a physical example, right? Here's a person who wants the product. that helps to move it.
We talk a lot about opportunities, so more than just opportunities.
Yeah, more than I don't want. There is a lot of possibility out there. I want this person wants to buy it. Here's money. That's
well, and I'll just say this too: a shout to our vendors. The products that sell the best are the ones where the vendors are most involved, and I mean the sales reps.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
I mean it's just common sense, but it's the reps that are here constantly checking in, asking questions, going on rides with our reps that make all the difference. That's a product that succeeds.
Yeah, and I'll say it again. If it's not on our web, doesn't mean we can't get it. If we have the vendor and you like a product and you don't see it on the web, by all means, just email us. We can easily get that product on or get it in inventory for you. So reach out to your sales rep or whoever that may be, or call us. We'll get it on there.
To give you an example of that, so with IJ180, this is a good example of this, right? I think you could look at the sheet later to find out, but I swear there's 18 SKUs for IJ180 alone.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There could
There's
be.
three different types.
Yeah, there's
three different sizes,
and
and five. There's like 5 lengths. Not even
there's
normally
5
it's like
different
2
sizes.
or 3.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous. So you'd be like, I'm looking for this very specific product. We have a similar one. We probably can get it. Just no one has asked for it yet, so we haven't put it on the web. But if you wanted it, we could put it on the website. It's not that big of a deal.
We don't want to bog down the webs. The reason why we don't put everything up there because it just bogs down the website.
I mean, think about
We want it to be
if we
fast,
put all
efficient.
if we put all those on there and then you go on the website and you type in IJ180, right? This should be clear. And there's 20 SKUs on there when you open it. You're like, I don't know which one I want.
Exactly.
Way more difficult than us being like, here's the one that everyone uses. If you want the other one, it's an option too, but it's probably not going to be there.
And eventually we're going to have kits.
Shout out.
Crickets.
Shout out to Corey. That might be his first shout out. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate your help on that one.
Yeah, Corey. We appreciate it. We know you're going to get it done.
Substrates, next category. We already talked about
Coral.
Rookie of the Year. So, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
fluted. Wait. It's not coroplast. We can't say that word.
Yeah, Coroplast is Kleenex.
Corrugated.
Corrugated plastic
Corrugated
plastic.
is up.
Laminacore.
Yeah. Well, technically,
Specifically.
Alpha Panel still wins on dollar value, but on volume this year, it's not even close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you group them together. If I group blanks and 4x8s this year, yeah. Big shout out to people dropping out of the political race. Like I said, if we get a few more of those,
right.
I mean, it's a little late, but I'll still take it at this point in the run. Man, that was a great year. Yeah, great year for step stakes and corrugated.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of an election year. Pretty normal here. So nothing else super exciting. Like I said, we got the ACM blanks in. So if you're looking for those, sweet, we got that. Other than that, Alpha Panel, Coral.
Alpha Panel 6 Black is coming too, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alpha Panel
And the
6
next-
mil black.
Bob's
Yeah.
dropping new
And next
products
2-3
on the
weeks.
podcast.
Yep.
We're going to do a new special segment.
We were supposed to have it 2 months ago,
No.
but
They're just doing circles in the ocean on the boat. I think that's the problem.
We can go back to the advantage talk again.
It's like I won't
we
mention
didn't do
the-
flash.
I won't
We didn't do
mention
flash. We never did flash
I
stock.
won't mention the
Yeah.
name,
Yeah.
but we have a specific
That was part of the
vendor
problem.
with a very specific product that kept telling us, yeah, it's on the water. It's going to be here. But it was on the water for a really long time. Let me tell you, like months we waited for this product. I don't know what they're doing on that boat, but
Well, they
that
might
thing
have.
must just
I think
been driving around
they
in
missed the
circles.
U.S. They missed us completely. They just went right by us.
They're doing full lap.
You know how sometimes you're driving along and you're like you missed your
missed the
exit.
exit?
You missed your exit.
Yeah, you're like talking to the guy.
Chit chatting. That's what happened.
Yeah, they
You
were
got to
driving.
go. You got to go to the next exit.
They were driving around. And all of a sudden, they saw the back tip of Alaska on the other side. Realized they missed it. Well, rookie move right there. They're wondering why all the ice kept hitting the boat on the way through. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, we've all done that, right? Like I spend a lot of time going to like Chicago or Indy, and there's times where I'm going to Indy and I'm like, I completely missed the whole exit, everything. I'm almost in
Well,
Chicago.
Indy's a bad one for us because you also go to Louisville, which is the same road. So in your head, sometimes it's like, you know, like when you're driving to somewhere you've been 1,000, or you're driving close to somewhere you've been 1,000 times, and then you just end up at the place you've been 1,000 times instead of the other place. You're like driving, you're like, oh shoot, I'm not supposed to be going here. Yeah, make a U-turn. That's what it's like going to Indy. You're just like, and I'm going to Louisville now.
Yeah, that kind of happened when we were doing the show, or Tyler and I were in the van, and I'm like, why is he getting off here? Tyler, Why are you getting off?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going.
I was going.
It happens.
I was going. No, we were going straight.
We were going
weren't
straight.
getting off. Yeah, I was going to Chicago. We were supposed to be going. We weren't supposed to be going to Chicago. I was on the way to Chicago though. We got it. We made it there. No problem.
I can remember when we first moved years ago. I remember pulling back into the old driveway and hitting the button, going like, "Why ain't the garage open?" And I'm at the old house. Like, and granted they're close, but like I drove right by the new house, go to the old house, pull in the driveway, and I'm hitting the button like my garage ain't opening. And then it done. Oh, back out.
Just wave. Sorry.
I don't live here anymore.
Next category, also big up because it's an election year. Sign frames. Any guesses?
Maybe I bet it's step stakes
On frames?
Frames would be real estate frames.
I don't know if I put them in the category.
You know what it would have been up the most?
Oh, it's probably banjos.
Yeah, probably banjos.
Banjos.
It's definitely close. But also, you guys are missing, like our biggest seller in the sign frame space. You guys are thinking way too specific on the frames.
So.
I don't know. You see them. If you ever go to a store, they're
Sign-a-cage, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, that's in our frame category.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you want to know what should have been the biggest mover in the frame space? Political frames.
Yeah, but apparently nobody actually uses political frames anymore.
No, I don't think it's that nobody uses them. I think Bob didn't buy any.
So
I said, Bob, we're out of these.
That was a great story. So he's telling me that we should have these in stock. And I'm like, well, who do we buy them from? And he gives me the name. And it's a company I've not bought from in 6 years that I've been here. So it's like some totally unfamiliar vendor.
Well, it's funny because, I imagine the volume that we have to buy them in is just ridiculous, right? Because they just come like literally like 25 in this little tiny thing.
No,
right?
it's because they don't sell. That's why.
Well, that too. Right? But so like forever, we probably just had the same amount because they don't ever get used.
Yeah. The political frame ones? No, they came. I remember buying them, must have been years ago. They would come like, man, we should have Rick Manchin on it. It was like 2,000 or 5,000 on like, they were built on this thing back and forth. Remember?
I've unloaded them before. Yeah.
It was terrible. But I happened to see, there's a sign, I won't say what the name of the sign that's in my garage, but it was for a joke to put in someone else's yard. And I'm like, and it's a bag over a political frame. I'm like, man, I haven't seen those in a long time. I came right in the morning and said, Bob, how come we don't have any political frames?
And I was like, what are those?
I haven't seen them in a long time either.
Yeah, so it's funny because they definitely got used. Like we were talking about the people that dropped out. Once that dropout happened, I saw a bunch of that style of sign because it was like, quick, let's get a new sign out real fast. And then eventually they got replaced by regular ones. But so they were definitely getting used, but I don't think it's super common anymore. Like I said, I don't think I've seen an order with them, and
it's probably because we didn't have any.
We didn't have any.
Well, how long have we been out? We probably had them
years.
We probably had them 12 months
since
ago.
Bob's been here.
Well, we had inventory. Did we find any? Hidden in the back.
We probably have them.
We probably have some somewhere.
They're probably hiding up there.
I have one in my garage.
Okay, we have one. So if you need one, we got you. Cut vinyl. I'll leave this to Domingo, his favorite category.
Vinyl.
This is Domingo's category for sure.
I'm going to say Alpha Calendar, man.
Yeah.
Because
Not even close.
There's a guy that is strong like bull, and he re-rolls that stuff, and he does a phenomenal job.
I've seen him up there. Sometimes he's got a shirt off, though. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it is. It can be.
He's up there sweating.
Did we ever say that story on this?
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we did.
His first episode, the first one he was on, I think we talked about it.
It was hot.
Yeah.
No, we move a lot of Alpha Calendar. I mean, basically standard colors, the black, red, whites. Matte black, for some reason, is booming.
Yep.
And
it keeps growing.
We're willing to do it, bring it in for all our customers. You should try the product. We do sell a lot of it. So it's a good product.
Yeah.
Good price, too.
And my favorite is when we talked about re-rolling originally, and there was like a certain volume. We're like, yeah, this is how many we're going to have to do. And then like 6 months later, we're doing what, like 2 times what we originally thought we were going to do?
It's amazing.
Go, whoops.
It's good.
It's a good problem to have because I'm not the one that has to re-roll them. That's why I say that.
We have a system.
I've been running ads on it just to make sure Domingo gets to roll some extras down every once in a while.
You get bored.
He's sitting in there. You know what I really wish I could do today?
Well, the only thing, I'm going to have to make some adjustments up there. I need a big screen TV up there because when I'm re-rolling, I want to see the game.
You're doing re-rolls on Saturday and Sunday now.
I did bring a little speaker in there so that I can listen to some music.
At least
so
that's better than nothing.
Yep, true.
Another big category is the next one. I know it's a big mover. We talked about it when we were talking about the 1958 catalog earlier. Paint. You guys know what the big mover is in paint? I know what the part number is, and I have absolutely no idea what it's used for.
We need Ben.
43270.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
That is really good.
Yep. I also
hardener?
could have typed that number in.
What is it?
It's the catalyst.
The catalyst for the paint.
Yeah. Or is it
Whatever.
the,
It's
or is
whatever
it,
you need for almost every.
Hold on.
Is it the catalyst or the reducer? It's the catalyst.
It's the catalyst.
And then number 2 is reducer, which
Reducer.
is for 6,000 something.
No,
And then
it's-
it'd be white.
Or yeah, it's 45,
Yeah.
280 or something like that, depending
And
on
then
the
all
temp.
the individual ones.
The reason is because they're all different temps, depending on the temperatures. Different reducers.
Believe it or not, I checked this just to make sure. One shot, not on the top of the list.
Ooh.
We do sell it. If you're looking for it, we sell it. Not on the top of the list though. Apparently, it's not a big mover anymore.
It's not a big dollar
Used to.
item though either though.
Yeah.
Because you sell them in the small cans.
The quartz.
Yeah.
Well, and then all the way to half pints.
Yeah. half
And there's
pint,
only
right?
6 people hand painting anymore.
That's
so
probably true.
that's not helping it either. The list of people that order every year gets less and less.
Well, the amount of paint when in the beginning, like the chromatic and stuff, all the bulletin paint and stuff like that, we used to sell a lot of it. A lot of it.
Yeah. And
But a lot more boards too. That was when you delivered boards, paint, neon, transformers.
not a lot of paint. Still
Now
some
these
people
guys,
paint.
they ain't got nothing. Oh, Alumilite and
Yeah,
vinyl
seriously.
and
Awesome.
LEDs and drivers. They don't even know what heavy is.
And somehow our vans still last less time than they did when we loaded them with 25,000 pounds. And now we load them with 6 and they still die. So thanks, Ford. Shout out to Ford. If you'd like to sponsor our podcast.
Or give us a free truck to try.
They don't make it very long anymore. It's not as nice. The last one, podcast sponsor is the last category on the website, automotive restyling.
Oh, I think I know that.
It's going to be,
I'll give you a hint.
2080.
2080.
no, it's SW900,
Yep.
Oh.
gloss black.
Yep.
Okay.
It turns out like, I don't
one-
do the purchasing,
there's a
but it
couple-
seems like I know more than Bob.
There's a couple.
I mean, I'm getting these answers right. Bob has to buy it. I'm getting all the answers right.
A couple really
He's probably
big
promoting
customers.
it. That's why.
Yeah, a couple
Brian.
really big customers in that category.
Yeah, so it's
I wish I could give them a shout out right now. What's Craig's customer's name? Do you know?
something Arrow.
Is it True Aerial Signs? Does anyone know? Does that sound right?
I do not.
No. That True Aerial's Nikki's customer.
Shout out True Aerial. He did CanCon with us.
Yeah, he wants to come on the podcast too.
Yeah, next month, so you might hear him. I can't remember what the name of that customer is.
I can't think of it either.
All right,
So forget about it.
big SW900 user. Appreciate you guys. That's it though. That's all the categories. Unless Domingo, do you want to go through biggest mover and discontinued for this year?
Let's see.
didn't know
Biggest
that one.
discontinued. I'm going to say that is
Bob doesn't know
Avery
that.
Swatch Books.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Sold 25 on eBay.
Yep.
So if you were looking for a
Big-
Swatch book, go to eBay.
Big mover, dude. If you're looking for a cut Avery Swatch book, we got them. Well, we got a lot of them actually. For some reason, we're stocked up.
And anybody that needs an N95
I was just
mask,
going to say, KN95 mask, we have a
we
lot.
have tons of those too.
Yep. Also a big mover, dude. We sold a lot of those this year.
Yeah, if you're looking for AV Swatch book, we made a bunch of them. That's why we have so many. We made them for a certain customer.
And they said they didn't need them anymore. So now we're just holding on to them.
That was one of those big opportunities
Uh-huh.
that didn't turn out.
Big shout out to Steve. Steve, shout out. I know you said you're way behind in the podcast. So when you hear this 14 weeks from now, shout out to Steve.
And he drives around. I mean, he did the North Run 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's how he got all caught up. That's why he came and told me
That's
about the
20.
podcast.
That's 20 hours of driving
Yeah.
each time.
That's-
That's 60 hours of driving in 3
that's a
weeks,
lot of
and he
podcast
can
episodes.
listen to all our podcast. You should have been able to get it all of them.
Yeah, it's true. So, anyways, if you listen to this episode, hopefully you learned about some new products that you're not using that you should be using, and gives you an idea just on how much stuff we sell that I asked you guys for the top winners, and nobody has any idea because we sell too much stuff here. So it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, we have about 18,000 products on the web.
We're gonna hit 20,000 next year. It's my
Oh,
goal.
it's coming.
It's my goal.
There is some new products that are coming out that you should make sure you're on the website because it's coming.
Are we going to get them in, or are we just going to talk about them?
I think we're just going to talk about them.
Talk about
You
it.
need more warehouse space is what you got to do.
Well, when the sales reps stop telling me their opportunities and start saying their sales, we'll put them on the floor.
Ooh.
You know what? That's a good idea.
So, anyways, but there will be new stuff. We got a lot of new. I mean, we mentioned one of them already, but
Yeah, there's about 8 or 9 new products that may come online.
maybe.
Okay, if you're listening to this on Monday, you're going to be at SEMA. You'll see me at the Avery booth on Wednesday,
Sure.
or find me at the Avery party or the www Wraps event.
We should end up in there. I mean, we already fit in. They just need to add one more W. No one's even going to even notice.
That's true.
Just start it with Wensco.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
No one will. It'll look the same on the paper. No one's going to even.
They
tell.
won't know.
But all right, Bob. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep.
Appreciate you buying all these products so we can talk about them here on the
Love
podcast.
spending money.
So, yeah.
Hey, if we're ever out of stock on anything,
Call Mike because he knows more than me.
Bob is the guy you want to talk to directly.
Bob's cell phone number is.
Yep.
But
Yep.
appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next episode. So, bye.
Thank you.
See ya.